And a quick look at our rules of combat based on 3 5-minute rounds and, of course, 5 5-minute rounds for championship bouts. And, of course, in the amateur division, that changed to 3 3-minute rounds. And, of course, 5 3-minute rounds for championship bouts in the amateur division. It's based on the 10-point must system, judging criteria. And to get things started, we'll go ahead and throw it to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present our 3 rounds of action for the vacant amateur lightweight world title. The 3 judges scoring this bout will be Greg Monsky, John Hanlon, and Michael Sparacino. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, David Osagai. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, official weight 160 pounds. He represents the Philadelphia Fight Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, presenting Hockey, Incredible Hawk, the cage fighting out of our General Tire red corner stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall, official weight 155 pounds. He represents Jack's Kickboxing. Ladies and gentlemen, from Newark, Delaware, presenting Joshua
Phillips in the blue gloves. Van in the red gloves. Both fighters fighting for the vacant amateur lightweight championship. It's been vacant for quite some time. And right back to his feet is Phillips. Phillips with a nice outside leg kick. Van pays him back with a nice little receipt. Nice overhand right and a mix of combinations, but Van's going to take advantage of the off-balance situation and go in for that single leg, but and he can't defend it. That's a great job done by Van. Persistence paying off.
Yeah, Phillips definitely looking like he's favoring that stand-up game. He's the bigger one of the two, but looks like Van, is really taking advantage of that extra height advantage that he's got. He's using that length of his body, wrapping around. He looks a little more flexible, a little more mobile than Phillips.
Absolutely. Van looking to utilize those outside knees to the thighs of Phillips. And Phillips is just like, whatever, man. Doesn't even shake him one bit.
Van doing whatever he can. Looks like he's trying to keep it up against the cage here. Using that to his advantage for his positioning. Nice exchange of knees we see between these two fighters.
Phillips looking to defend this takedown again, but I think Van may get it.
Yeah, Van very persistent in his takedowns. He really knows where he wants to take this. He wants to take it to the ground. I think he knows boxing with Phillips is a dangerous game. He's a heavy hitter, and taking one too many of those may not be something he wants to go with this round.
Yeah, it's got to be so exhausting for Phillips with Van constantly hanging on him, trying to smother him here. And he's going to work him up against the cage just for a little bit. And some nice knees delivered by Van as he continues to work Phillips up against the cage, and it's just a matter of time before Van possibly takes us to the ground.
Phillips looking like he's just waiting for that opportunity to push him off and get back in the stand-up, but Van doesn't look like he's going to give it to him.
Yeah, Phillips is being patient too. I mean, here we are, 15 seconds left in the fight in this round, and everybody sustained any damage. No damage delivered thus far. Phillips goes in for a shot. Van trying to take advantage, breaks free.
See those big swings from Phillips. Wouldn't want to be caught on the receiving end of one of those.
Caught up in the moment there, rightfully so. Phillips defending this possible rear naked choke attempt that turned into a little, let me hang on your back and punch you in the face a little bit. But takes the back of Phillips and just continues to maintain control. So that alone will probably win him the round, score him the points on the round needed. But who knows, man? The way that Phillips is swinging, possibly end this fight so quick.
Yeah, you know, it only takes one hit.
Here we go, round 2. Phillips in the blue, Van in the red. Van comes in with a nice outside leg kick. Phillips mixes it up.
Phillips probably looking to take advantage of this time in the stand-up because knowing if Van repeats anything he's done in the last round, it looks like he's probably going to go straight for the takedown if I'm going to predict anything. Phillips looking like he's keeping his distance.
And obviously you can see Phillips with the Muay Thai shorts. I mean, this is probably where he wants to be. It's his bread and butter. Not saying that he doesn't have a ground game, but you can see first and foremost what his discipline obviously is. And, I've seen guys wear those shorts just to throw their opponent off and never had Muay Thai skills at all and just take him to the ground. And they're like, oh, man, come on. I thought you were going to stand up with me. That's not to say Phillips is perpetrating with those shorts. Not at all. I'm just saying it's used sometimes as a tactic. I'm not going to say who told me that because that would be giving up trade secrets. But right here you can see Phillips just constantly getting worked up against the cage. Van is just really taking advantage, and he will win the fight. Not that he's delivering major damage, but if the fight keeps going like this, he will end up winning the fight on control alone.
Yeah, I think Van is very aware of what he's doing right now. You know, we're seeing a repeat pattern from the first round. It seems like he's got a formula down. He knows what he wants to do. He's probably just going to work to soften up Phillips like he's doing right now with these body hits. But Phillips isn't going to go down without a fight. He's definitely going to make it hard for him.
Absolutely. Phillips has been basically defending the takedown attempts of Van. And Van is just constantly applying pressure, and that's definitely going to take its toll on Phillips, getting exhausted trying to carry this guy. Not only trying to carry your own weight, carrying his weight. It's like double the weight. So Van's just, it's really who's going to be most persistent on this. Is Phillips going to be down with defending it the entire time? He's got to get out of this and start scoring some points. Easier said than done, though.
Yeah, Phillips is really going to have to
make
fantastic use out of every opportunity he gets because he may not get a lot.
Exactly, and those knees, if he just keeps throwing those knees, got to be careful, though, because that's where he gets taken down, but the timing is everything. There we go, a nice reverse, but reverse right back. At 360 there.
Yeah, these, definitely seem like two very mobile fighters. Actually, Phillips surprised me with his flexibility as well. He's matching Van. He's meeting up he's probably meeting past his expectations here. Phillips with a nice little switch.
Phillips starts to unwind. And you can see the crowd and the momentum and the spirit in this auditorium. Incredible.
You see the dodging skill on Van there. He's really staying low. He's keeping his back completely arched. It's like he knows exactly how Phillips is going to hit. And he's, bobbing and weaving right around it.
Absolutely. These are well-educated fans. I mean, you can't fool them at all. They know what's up. And when they see a spurt of moment, like a moment of like someone just spinning around, and they feel it. And it's been kind of like back and forth between these two. Nothing incredible, but just enough for us to hold on.
Definitely really has, it's pretty early to call. Phillips definitely isn't winded. He's definitely not out of this game. As we just saw right now, all it took was a couple of seconds and he was able to break free from that hold, throw some punches out. But like I said, Van, with these.
Another night of mixed martial arts action. We head off into round 3 between Hakeem Phillips and Joshua Van. Joshua Van in the red tape gloves and Hakeem Phillips in the blue tape gloves. So far, Van has been controlling this fight the past 2 rounds. Phillips has been able to avoid any damage, as well as both fighters. But right now, this is where Phillips is going to really have to fine-tune it up, turn things up a bit, because he's down 2 rounds.
Yeah, if it's if it's any round to do something now, he's gonna have to do it now. Because if he doesn't capitalize on any room for stand up, because it looks like he's not gonna win it if he's trying to take it down. Who knows? I mean, maybe he could surprise us, but for the most part, it looks like he's gonna have to win by knocking punches.
Yeah.
And at this point, Van still keeping the same control we've been seeing round 2 and round 1. Popping in those knees whenever he can, soften him up with the blows. Phillips is definitely going to start feeling the fatigue by this, time in the fight.
Yeah, right now Van is looking to just unwind some more knees, leaving no doubt in the minds of the judges. But Phillips, like we said, it's a do or die situation at this point. Got to get through this. Got to start landing some shots. There's no way if this goes the distance that he'll be taking this fight. I mean, seriously, Van has just been controlling it. But to Phillips' credit, man, he's avoided any damage. Look at his face. There's nothing on there.
Yeah, he's definitely unfazed.
Yeah. And some fighters at this point would probably be pretty beaten up, so it says a lot about Phillips. And now getting that opportunity, what we're talking about.
Nice sprawl by Phillips.
Now looking to take the back. Van trying to block it. And he is right back into that position that he been his bread and butter in this fight.
Yeah, interesting move by Phillips trying to take the back there. Very mobile. He almost got it, but from what we've been seeing, that's not what I expected. I was expecting him to just want to unload on punches or back up and let him fight up again, but because it just seemed like Van was able to turn it right back around into where he wants it. And right up against the fence again.
So right now, Van just continues to work him up against the cage. An exhausting, grueling fight for Phillips indeed. And look at this, we're already at 44 seconds in. It's been sort of a trap. He just traps him in and just continues to score points in the category of maintaining control and keeping the aggression up.
There's a whole lot of back and forth we see going on here.
Who knows? I mean, the judges may see it as Phillips had more damaging points or, was more aggressive.
Oh, we see Van soften him up with those elbows.
This might separate it right here. Just those elbows alone.
Yeah, can't just ignore those hits.
It was probably a very frustrating fight for Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips looking to strike whenever he can, even in the last few seconds, but
never really took Phillips down. And so I'm sure it's very frustrating indeed. Like, man, you didn't even take me down, and we worked the entire time. But it was the keeping the aggression up.
Yeah, it's all in how the game's played, and if that's how this particular match goes down, and that's how your opponent's going to play, you got to adapt if you want to win.
So he did take him down, obviously, and scored some points. But for the most part, this entire fight, Phillips was defending the takedown attempts by Van, and Van just succeeded. And he played right into the game of Van. And we'll see what the judges say. I mean, man, who knows? Let's throw it to the cage for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of championship action here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Greg Monsky and John Hanlon both scored the contest 29-28, while Michael Sparacino has it 30-27. All 3 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision and new King of the Cage amateur lightweight world champion from Newark, Delaware.
I'm fighting Lindsey Van Zandt, and she's a very talented grappler. And usually, you don't think anything of it when you think about wrestlers because, they usually lay on you and prey on you. But this one is very, very aggressive on the ground with ground and pound. She's had 2 finishes, I think, with elbows. So she's a really tough opponent, and I'm really excited about it.
She seems like a pretty good stand-up fighter. So I'm ready for wherever the fight goes, but I'm going to take her down and do my usual ground and pound.
My fight camp for this fight was very interesting because I live in Houston and Hurricane Harvey hit. So I usually go to Jackson's MMA, as a lot of people know, but I stayed at home. I just didn't feel right leaving my city during a time like that. But it was a blessing in disguise because I put together a coaching staff that I've never had before, and I'm really, really happy. My boxing has been sharp.
Every fight is a different fight, you know. I can't say if it's going to be different or not. Then when you get in there, it's always something's going to happen, you know.
My predictions for this fight is there will be a finish. Fans are in for it with this fight because this girl's very aggressive on the ground if she can get to the ground. Her ground and pound on top is really strong, but I don't think she can get me to the ground. And if she gets me to the ground, I'm very good at getting up. My footwork is phenomenal, I think. So it's hard to get somebody down when their footwork is in play.
Just like any other fight, I work on myself and make myself get better so that I perform my best in there.
I don't think she's ever fought anybody like me standing up. Either I'm gonna finish her standing up, or she's gonna do what she's planning to do, which I think she thinks she's gonna take me down and ground and pound me out.
My last fight and tonight's fight would be, just a different opponent, but I'm gonna be the same person in there and kick some butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present this special bout of the evening live on Facebook. It is sanctioned by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, Commissioner at Cageside, Mr. Rudy Battle, Executive Director Greg Serb. It's in conjunction with King of the Cage Incorporated, President and Founder Terry Trevilcock Jr., Matchmaker Tom Vaughn, Promoter Jeff Mahalik. The three judges scoring this match will be Michael Sparacino, John Hanlon, and Greg Monsky. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Bill Bookwalter. All right, Billy, put your hands together for this special bout. It's women's MMA. 3 rounds of action in the women's atomweight division. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 4 feet 11 inches tall. Official weight 106.3 pounds. This Jackson Wink and War fighter has a professional record, 3 victories, 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Astros Country, Houston, Texas, presenting the Killer Bee, her opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 2 inches tall. Official weight 104.6 pounds. This precision MMA fighter has a perfect professional record. 2 bouts, 2 victories, no defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, from Poughkeepsie, New York, presenting the undefeated Lindsey
And here we go, round 1. This will determine who will be getting a title shot in the near future. Bee just coming short of her last title defense, and I believe it was taken by Andy Nguyen. So now tonight, all the crossroads meet here, and Van Zandt knows that this is a huge opportunity.
Yeah, stakes are high. I'm sure we're going to get an explosive performance from both these fighters.
And Van Zandt in the red gloves and Nguyen in the, Nguyen in the blue gloves and Van Zandt in the red gloves. So right now, both fighters just squaring each other up right now, sizing each other up, but immediately getting right down to it.
Yeah, Nguyen opting for the center cage, Van Zandt keeping to the outside.
And Nguyen is definitely known for her stand-up, but has also got a good ground game as well. Very well-rounded fighter, but now giving her back up to Van Zandt.
Yeah,
Van Zandt is utilizing those limbs to her advantage and possibly setting up this rear naked choke.
Definitely Nguyen's she's a very aggressive fighter. She's always does great in her stand-up, great in whatever way she's at. Any opponent we throw, she gets put in the ring with. She's never going to give him an easy fight. Van Zandt, though, her grappling game, this is where it's really going to be the game changer here. You know, if they keep it on the stand-up, I see, you know, a victory for Nguyen, but if it stays on the ground for the majority, it could be in Van Zandt's favor.
One thing I love about in the cage is all the techniques that can be used. We've seen fighters jump off the cage and actually land a kick. I mean, that's pretty much been done once that I've seen that's been effective, right?
Right.
But monitors even, you know, up in the actual building here, they're looking up at the screen and going, okay, I can elbow him from this angle. Those are just the type of techniques that a lot of fighters really don't talk or vocal about.
Yeah, it's really using your environment, something that will vary from venue to venue. But you know, if a fighter's really paying attention, you can really use it to their advantage.
And taking your fighter to your corner to hear the coach. I mean, there's so many things, variables going on in these fighters' minds that it's impressive that fights go as long as they do at times. Right now, Nguyen trying to roll over, reverse things, and now giving up her arm. Van Zandt setting up an arm bar. Nguyen in a little bit of trouble here. Bookwalter on top of the action.
Nguyen doing what she can to defend from this armbar here. Van Zandt just sinking in, tightening up. She's got her legs locked.
2 minutes, 26 seconds remains. And Van Zandt just trying to roll over here.
And just like that, B breaks loose. Trying to make her way to full mount.
One minute, 53 seconds remains, and both fighters just constantly working on the ground here, utilizing a lot of energy. Nguyen trying to posture up, but Van Zandt is doing a good job of keeping her closed, keeping that distance closed as well, and keeping Nguyen from creating that space. King of the Cage founder, owner, Terry Trebilcock, sitting watching this fight here tonight. Van Zandt trying to set up a triangle, but you can see that the left arm of Nguyen is blocking that from happening.
Yeah, Nguyen really pushing her right up along the fence. She's going to use that to her advantage, trying to get some better positioning here.
Yeah, this is great technique being displayed by Nguyen. Blocking that and keeping that in mind. Ooh, and a kick. And another shot delivered, straight shot, but Nguyen still keeps moving forward, no problem.
Yeah, Nguyen is one tough fighter. Definitely, looks a lot tougher than is a lot tougher than she looks. I've seen her soak punches all day long. Like the likes of Andy Nguyen when she fought her. That was just a straight out brawl.
Yeah, absolutely was. And she is that type of fighter. And she's got a clean punches, very precise, can take a shot and deliver those shots as well. So that's the thing is a lot of fighters need to be careful. Is when they throw a shot at Nguyen, they better be prepared. Even if it lands on her chin, she's still going to come after you.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one of those fighters that you're not necessarily going to be able to put away with one hit.
Nguyen with another shot. Van Zandt continues to size her up. And a great first round between these two. Man, let's take a quick look at the highlights. There was a lot of strikes exchanged between these two.
Yeah, fairly even match we've seen between these two fighters. They're both great, both very aggressive fighters. But like I said earlier, Nguyen, she's a great stand-up fighter. She's a little bit more stronger stand-up fighter. But Van Zandt, I think she knows this. She understands that she's going to be able to use her length in the grappling. She knows that she's a little bit of a stronger grappler. She's going to execute that, and she's going to use that to her advantage as much as she can. Pretty much, there's no clear winner, clear victor of that round. Van Zandt, I think, controlled the early round, but Nguyen was able to pick it up and really show her skill towards the end.
Once again, for another night of MMA action here in the women's atomweight division. Nguyen in the blue gloves, and of course Lindsey Van Zandt in the red tape gloves. So far, it's been a battle, an exchange of hands. Pretty much, it was on the ground for a bit, where kind of calm down. But once it gets to the feet between these two, they just throw shot after shot. I think we got an eye pokage here. We'll give her a second to recuperate here. Doctor's going to check her out, make sure she's okay. I mean, sometimes these things happen, and you got to take caution with every time it does, because, I mean, a simple, cut from the leather glove could end your fight career. We've seen fight careers end because of those paper cuts that happen in the islands. It slices so bad that the doctor won't even clear him to fight. We've seen that.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Anything can happen during these fights. It's a very dangerous game. It's the doctor's job to come make sure nobody's career gets ruined.
It's luckily it's a rare thing that happens on a rare occasion, but when it does, I'm glad that they take caution to that, because it could end a fighter's career. It's like, man, those gloves get to be like paper cuts, huge paper cuts. So now back on their feet, exchanging shots once again. Seems as though Nguyen's getting the best of them, though. Van Zandt takes one on the chin and then scoops underneath and says, I'm taking this back to the ground.
Yeah, I think Van Zandt quickly realizes after just a few seconds standing up that that's B's game. That's B's environment. That's where she wants to be. Van Zandt, I think she and no discredit to Van Zandt. She's got a great stand-up as well. But in this case, B hits harder, she hits quicker, she lands more hits. That's just how it is right now. Van Zandt knows that's why she took it back to the ground. That's where she's going to thrive, and that's where she's most likely going to win it.
Absolutely, and Nguyen, it's not to say that she doesn't have a ground game. It's just that, Nguyen has just has the advantage in the stand-up department, and Van Zandt has a little bit of advantage here on the ground. But that doesn't stop Nguyen from being able to, stop submission attempts on Van Zandt's part. But right now, just making sure that Van Zandt has no space to work with. And Van Zandt's going to try and do everything she can to posture up here. And there you go. Nice little elbow. Start things off. And it's like a wave of things. It just starts off with one elbow, and then it becomes two, and then three becomes four, four becomes eight.
Chain reaction.
It's incredible how that happens every single time. And now, taking the back, Van Zandt.
Yeah, we see Van Zandt using the cage to her advantage now, as opposed to what we saw B doing earlier. Van Zandt really just using her weight, weighing down on her. And, at this position for Van Zandt, it's good for her. She doesn't have to expend too much energy. We'll just let gravity do the work. Win either way in this situation, she's carrying the extra weight, and it's just, it's weighing down on her. It's only going to add to her fatigue.
Just a little over 2.5 minutes left here. And right now, Nguyen, I'd say she's winning in points in the stand-up category, but right now, Van Zandt is trying to even out the score in this round by maintaining control and scoring on those points alone. So right now, Nguyen knows she may have to get a little busy. This is basically a turning point for both fighters. They could take it, if this does go the distance.
Yeah, round two, middle of round two at that. This is really going to go either way. Van Zandt really making use out of this positioning here. She's not going to let go. Nguyen really doing whatever she could with that drop there, kind of drop and spin, but isn't going to work out. She's got the legs locked around her neck.
And getting that triangle in, pinning her down here. Excellent strategy. Nothing too threatening. It's just kind of an uncomfortable position for Nguyen to be in, especially being trapped and getting elbows thrown.
Yeah, definitely giving Van Zandt a little extra control over where her punches are going. Kind of able to her hold down the target.
Sort of a reverse triangle attempt here, and now with a nice Kimura just to get to the next position here. Nice kick by Nguyen, welcoming her back into her world. Van Zandt has shown that she can fight from the ground too with those kicks.
Oh yeah, she's actually doing a great job with the defense on that. We saw B doing the same thing earlier when she breaks out. Van Zandt knows that she's still going to be able to dish out some damage even if she's on her back.
A little over 50 seconds remains here. And Nguyen with a nice shot. Getting in on the inside. That's what Van Zandt needs to be careful of. Just kind of keep her at bay with some kicks or a takedown attempt. But you definitely got to set it up when you're going to take someone down like Nguyen, because she's ready and prepared to throw a rapid amount of shots when you come in for that takedown.
Yeah, we see a pattern forming here. We've seen a lot of starts out with the stand-up. You know, Nguyen will pick up a few points, land a couple blows there. Van Zandt will quickly take it to the ground, and it seems like they'll spend the majority of the middle of the rounds on the ground until here. Nguyen usually is going to pick up some extra points at the end, landing a couple extra blows.
These fighters, you know, I am so impressed by the striking ability, so accurate, pinpoint accuracy, and just throwing it all on the line, not afraid to take a risk at all. And that's what makes this such an incredible fight. Both fighters are bringing it 110%. This is definitely a war, and this is going down in the books of history in the female fight division, in the atomweight division, of course. Let's take a look at the replay. Massive amount of shots being exchanged between these two, but Nguyen was able to really put the heat on. And Van Zandt goes in for that takedown attempt, and she gets it. And this is where a lot of the control would go into her corner.
Yeah, from then on, we saw Van Zandt. It was her game. A little while later, towards the end of it, she managed to get that lock in around her legs, that triangle around the neck, was able to take the back and really just sit there and rack up points, a couple hits here and there.
When we come back, mixed martial arts action continues. Stick around for another night of mixed martial arts action in the women's division, atomweight division, to be exact. Here as we head off into round 3. So far, what a war it's been. Nguyen really delivering the shots. Van Zandt keeping up the aggression in the cage. It's really hard to decipher what the judges are thinking, because they've got two different departments they've got to judge on. They got to judge on Nguyen with her, the shots that have landed like that, or Van Zandt taking control of the cage. And that's two different departments, and that they've been stronger in. You know what I mean? So it's really hard to judge this.
Yeah, it's really been, it's been a fairly even match. Both fighters have been displaying their skill and where they're comfortable with, and both have given enough examples for the whole fight to kind of balance it out. I think we're really going to see them dish it out, especially towards the later end of this round. They're really going to have to start picking it up, because one of them is going to have to significantly point higher than the other if they are going to see any kind of clear victory.
Yeah, I believe if this stays on the feet, that Nguyen may end up the winner of this fight. This is like the wild card. This is the round that is going to be the exclamation mark of who the winner is. And if it stays on the feet, then I think she has a chance. But if it goes to the ground, Van Zandt may get the judges to think, hey, man, she was more in control of the fight, because that's what was happening in the last round.
Yeah.
And that's something that Nguyen better avoid. Not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, they still got lots of time. Both fighters still look fresh. They're light on their feet. So it really could go either way. I think they're both just being cautious, waiting for that perfect opportunity, not trying to overextend too much.
Just a little over 3.5 minutes left on this fight. And Nguyen defends the takedown attempt, delivers a nice knee for her efforts. We know that Nguyen, once she gets one shot, you give her one little inch, she will move in and deliver a combination of shots as well. So Van Zandt knows this and has been very cautious about it. Van Zandt needs to just shoot in for the takedown, just like I said, right there, but Nguyen there to defend it.
She knows the dangers of if she lets that go through, that it could be the end for her for this match. So
yeah.
I think she's going to do whatever she can to defend from that.
I'd say a lot of pressure is on Nguyen right now. Nguyen knows that she has to keep it on the feet. And knowing that you have to keep it on feet is just more stress added to the fire. Knowing that she's like, God, I got to defend this takedown, but I can't throw a shot that's going to make me vulnerable to her takedowns.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. It's an aggressive game. Taking it to the ground is definitely a little bit of a more passive route. Something they're able to take a little bit more break, use the rest of their body to their advantage. But standing up, it's a wild card. Anything could happen. All it takes, even if someone doesn't necessarily have the huge knockout power you expect, one very well or 2, 3 very well placed combo hits, that could be the end for any fighter.
Yeah, right here, Nguyen is just capitalizing on this stand-up and just really trying to utilize it to her best, getting in on the inside there. The best ways to deliver the shots needed. And now Van Zandt trying to take it back to the ground. But Nguyen has been very good about it in this round, defending those takedown attempts. Knowing very well that it could be just the final part of her stand-up. showcasing if it does go to the ground.
Coming down to the last minute and 30 seconds here. So far, this round is looking good for Nguyen. For the most part, they've been playing it a little more cautious this round than the last 2 rounds, I've noticed. But Nguyen is still landing those hits. She's managing to land what she needs to do. Van Zandt, so far, isn't doing as successful trying to get her down to the ground like we've been seeing.
Yeah. And right now, you can just see B just taking advantage. He has a little over a minute left to sway the judges' minds here.
Nguyen closing in to do some damage here.
Outside leg kick for Nguyen. And right now, you can just see Nguyen is she's enjoying this. I mean, this is where she's keeping it. This is where she's best in this fight. You know, if Van Zandt takes it to the ground, like we said, it's going to just maintain control. But this is definitely Nguyen's round. I'd have to say that you got to give this round to Nguyen.
Yeah, I mean, think out of the last 3 rounds, this is the only round where Van Zandt wasn't able to spend as much time as she really wanted to on the ground. She really wasn't able to spend very much time at all.
And that just says a lot about Nguyen. You know, you could see that the height and the reach advantage goes to Van Zandt, but that's no problem for Nguyen. She's able to bypass that situation and make good out of it. And she's been making Van Zandt back up this entire round. And that's it. What a round. What a 3 rounds we just witnessed.
Yeah, just a complete war here. Both, very aggressive fighters right off the bat. And they showed their skill 150% for all 3 rounds, all the way through. B was definitely able to learn from her mistakes in the first 2 rounds and was able to stay a lot more cautious and defend a lot more successfully against Van Zandt's attempts to take her down.
Yeah, absolutely. And right here you can see that nice shot, body shot delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of women's action here in the city of sisterly love, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Greg Monsky scored this bout 29-28 in favor of Nguyen. Judge Michael Sparacino, 29-28 in favor of Van Zandt. And finally, John Hanlon, 29-28, clear winner by split decision, Lindsey. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the lightweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, David Osaga. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, official weight 155 pounds. He represents the Tactical Combat Academy and United States Marines. Ladies and gentlemen, from Shippensburg, PA, presenting Urijah, the Buffalo Soldier. Here's a point across the cage, pointing out of our General Tire Ring corner stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. Official weight 154.7 pounds. He represents Royal Striking. Ladies and gentlemen, from Darby, Pennsylvania, presenting
And here we go, round 1, Elijah Harris and Kaheen Murray. Kaheen Murray in the red gloves, and Elijah Harris in the blue tape gloves. And we are off. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds or less. And right now, Murray defending the takedown of Urijah Harris.
Both fighters coming in with a straight battle of strength. Harris really trying to get the flip, but Murray doing a great job of defending up against the cage.
Right now, Urijah Harris just trying to get that leg underneath, possibly going in for the inside leg trip. Not going to happen, though, as Murray continues to defy the odds of gravity. And as I say that, Harris is going to get the takedown and end up in side control. Sorry, didn't mean to jinx the situation there. Right now, Harris gets flipped with a nice sweep by Murray. Oh, and another sweep by Urijah Harris.
So much back and forth action here.
The last time I seen a fight like this was Mike Guyman and Anthony Lapsley, I believe in the year of 2008, welterweight championship. It was one of the most exciting ground fights I've ever seen because it was a full-on MMA fight, but they made grappling cool, you know, the way it turned out with that battle. So, man, that was just incredible sweeps by both of these fighters.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's funny you say that. Of course, as we've seen over the last few years with MMA, as the game changes and evolves, we've been seeing fighters opt a little more towards the grapple game, the jiu-jitsu game. We've been seeing that become a little more popular, a little more more fighters are focusing on that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's the aspect of everything, you know, and it's like when you go to a school, it's just mixed martial arts now. You know, it's everything. They'll teach every discipline, and it's incredible because there was a time, you know, in the 90s where the guys were just boxers or they were just karate guys, and it just sort of evolved and became this buffet of martial arts. But right now, you can just see Harris is just continuing with side control, maintaining control. And Murray trying to get out of the situation quickly. But easier said than done. Harris just staying busy.
Harris really trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible. Hard elbow right there.
Just a little over 2 minutes and 24 seconds remains here. And you can just see Harris just staying busy now from the half guard.
Murray just trying to close the distance, but Harris landing those elbows, you know, they may not look like, even if it, and that's the thing about the elbows, you know, it's just solid bone, it's a heavy hit, and even if you're only a couple inches away from, you know, the face or wherever you're hitting, it's still going to do a significant amount of damage.
Oh, absolutely, and right here you can see Murray's about to get back to his feet, and Harris makes him pay with a nice knee, but Murray shakes it off, trying to out-muscle Harris here. Harris showing an incredible amount of strength. Murray's just like, man, let me just break free here. Get a reset here.
Yeah, sometimes the resilience of these fighters, you know, they're just, the way they're able to just shake off, you know, direct hits to the face, you know. I know, you know, well, sure, if I got hit in the face with a knee, there's no way I'm going to be able to just shrug it off like nothing.
Oh, it's the equivalent to a bat or worse. And right now, Harris just continues to get those underhooks in, and now Murray defending the takedown again. Harris is just making him stay busy. Very frustrating for Murray at this point. We just went through almost 4 minutes in this round.
Huge battle for upper body strength here. Harris really keeping his weight, distributed well. Murray, you know, he's got to be feeling some of the effects of the fatigue by now. Still staying light on his feet. Going to return the shots. He's got an opportunity right now for the stand-up.
And right now, Murray just continues to defend the takedown. Takedown after takedown attempt. And man, the exhaustion to have to carry both weight of both men. Very difficult.
Yeah, we're really seeing the persistence of Harris here.
I don't know how Harris has all that energy, man. That is incredible. Just very persistent with that takedown attempt. It's like he's just stealing the energy of Murray, and now he gets the takedown. Final seconds remain. Harris looking to posture up, deliver some elbows, get some last-minute points. And that will conclude round one. Let's take a look at some of the replays here.
Harris was really able to dominate this match, really try to keep the control going. We saw Murray was able to return with a couple of shots whenever he got the chance in the stand-up, but for the most part, Harris keeping the control, keeping it tight, keeping him against the fence, locking them down, not giving him any kind of mobility, and also, on top of that, adding in all those elbows that we kept seeing landing. You know, those weren't just light shots, and the judges, I'm sure, are taking note of that.
So many shots delivered by both these guys. And, man, just the defending of the takedown, just so exhausting for Murray, I'm sure. As we head off into the next round here, Murray gets a second chance. Sort of a reset on life in this fight.
We'll see if Murray adapts his plan here. See if he's going to try to keep his distance and keep it on the stand-up. It seems like that's where he's going to do a little stronger.
Harris shakes off the kick and says that was nothing. And Murray's just looking for that opportunity, that window of opportunity here. Harris takes it right back down to the ground.
It's funny, Murray, usually we see guys with the height advantage, you know, they got the extra length in the legs and the arms. We usually see them thriving in the ground performance. And the stockier guys and more muscle built, upper body strength, we usually see them wanting to opt for a stand-up game. But Harris here just really making use of his wide chest, spreading over all the area, keeping everything in control, reducing maneuverability. He's doing everything he needs to do.
And Harris just continues to work from the full guard. Even though not major shots are landing or any significant damage, he's still scoring points, controlling the situation, keeping the aggression up. And Murray's just left there to guess what's happening next.
Murray doing the best he can to try to counter with whatever shots he can land. Just, Harris is doing a great job of closing the distance and keeping it tight. And really, when you're that close to each other, it makes it really hard for a defending fighter to really try to land any significant shots with any kind of damage behind them or force. A lot of times in these situations, the best thing both fighters will look for is to try to irritate or annoy, the opponent as much as possible. Just try to make it an uncomfortable situation to where they're gonna fall into your trap or whatever you're planning to set up.
Absolutely, and right now you can see Harris just continues from this position, and the ref doing a good job of not stepping in and standing this up. As you can see, Urijah is just staying busy. Murray, I'm sure, would want nothing more than this to stand up as well. But as long as Harris stays busy, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, and I think, he's very aware of that's exactly what he has been doing. He's making sure that every time, some time has passed and there really isn't the action going, he drops a few elbows. And those elbows aren't just softly touching or softly hitting, they're landing pretty hard. And the ref understands that, and as long as they're keeping it going, keeping the action going, he has no obligation to stand them up. So Murray's really going to have to fight for it if he wants to get back on his feet.
Hit the 2-minute mark here in round 2. And Harris just looking for a way in. This might release, give him that shot he needs to be able to deliver some elbows. Harris just looking for that space, but Murray making it very difficult to do that.
If I were Murray, I'd be looking out for those elbows. It's a dangerous part in that side mount especially. They're able, fighters, when they're down in that position, they're able to really just drop heavy bombs from the face. It's right there. It's perfectly on target. They don't have to do too much aiming. They can even do it with their head down, pressed against the chest like that. Murray keeping his arms locked around, keeping Harris tight.
It's been a very difficult, frustrating fight for Murray as he continues to fight his way out of this, but Harris just not giving him any ounce of opportunity. And right now, just continuing to work from side control, continuing to frustrate Murray. Murray's trying to reverse it, but does he have enough energy to do so and enough room to do so? And I think it'll go down in the books if this fight continues this position, or likely will go down in the books that he takes this round. No problem. Nice knees.
Harris really making use of any part of the body he could strike. You know, every little bit is only going to add to just softening up Murray, and, you know, any little space Murray gives up, Harris is going to take advantage of that and just keep tightening up, constricting like a snake.
Harris staying busy. Several seconds left here in round 2. More knees to the body of Murray, and Murray trying to get up. Definitely going to be feeling that on his ribs in the morning. Now Harris trying to score some last-minute points.
Murray in trouble here.
And welcome back to Sugar House Casino Resort for another night of mixed martial arts action as we head off into the next round. Round 3 to be exact. Urijah Harris in the blue gloves and Kahim Murray in the red tape gloves. Murray having a lot of difficulties in, wow. Jumps right over Harris.
A flying knee attempt there, but, you know, the flashier moves like that, you really got to make sure you're going to land them. You know, I see fighters, you know, that's a dime a dozen attempts. But whether or not they actually land it with force behind it, that's another story.
And you know, sometimes, you know, people use it as a diversion tactic, whether it lands or not. You know, spinning back fist will definitely get your attention. Whether it's an attention of like, I don't want to be hit by that because that'd be humbling, you know, or getting kicked by a roundhouse. Fighters hate that. I'm not going to get kicked by a Jean-Claude Van Damme looking kick, you know. And right here, you can see Harris is just back at his old games here, taking it back to the ground, and Murray's like, I don't want to go back down there. But if I get full mount position, then that's another story as things start to reverse here.
But whether or not Murray is going to be able to hold it, that's another question right now. You know, Harris, we've seen he has no problem flipping the game or changing the game. He's in his element on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Right here, Murray's in danger of this getting a sweep and getting reversed here, and ending up in the same situation he was in the first round 1 and 2.
Yeah, it seems like Harris has really dominated, you know, purely off the factor of control for the last 2 rounds. He's been able to land strikes just more consistently. He's been able to lock him down, keep him not even being able to do anything, really. Murray's, you know, it's the 3rd round, 3 minutes in. Murray's really going to have to start picking it up, racking up some points if he's going to hope to win it.
Yeah, Murray gets taken back down here, and just a couple more moments, you'll probably see Urijah end up in side control. He's just been controlling and dominating on the ground here.
Murray getting an opportunity here, land some hits. Murray showing some promise, flipping the tables around a little bit here.
Absolutely, and right here you can see that Urijah Harris just continues to get worked from this position, but it's just a matter of time where he just reverses it and works Murray, is what I was trying to say there. Incredible ground game displayed by Harris. But the question is, did he utilize a lot of energy in round 1 and 2? And Murray may be able to capitalize on that, but this is the type of fight that Murray's just going to have to finish it in round 3. There's absolutely, cannot leave it to the judges. I think Harris controlled pretty much most of this fight.
Yeah, I think Harris, you know, the only thing slowing him down right now, he may be feeling a little bit of fatigue. All that groundwork has been keeping, you know, such a dominant position the entire time. That's definitely going to start wearing down on him. Murray's going to have to take advantage of whatever he can at this point.
And right now, setting up a head and arm choke here. But can he pull it off?
It's possible.
Can he get an arm triangle here? Is he going to be able to sink this in? Oh, man. Oh, and he taps out.
There it is.
Man. Gets it off the arm triangle. Talk about a beast. Look at him, man. He looks like he could go another couple rounds. bad.
I'm sure it's a satisfying victory. He's been working, he's been working for that win since the very beginning, and it finally paid off. He's patient. He knew what he was going for. He seems very excited. He's obviously, he knew how much work he put into this. He knew what the outcome was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a complete warrior in this entire fight. Absolute Terminator. Kept pressing forward. Knew his mission, targeted in, and that's it. You throw it to the cage for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 3 minutes and 53 seconds of the third and final round. The winner by tap out via triangle choke, Urijah. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the junior flyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Bill Bookwalter. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. Official weight, 125.8 pounds. He represents Krazy, Philly. From Allentown, Pennsylvania, presenting Eddie the Pin Maniac Alvarez. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 8 inches tall. Official weight, 125.6 pounds. He represents pure mixed martial arts. Ladies and gentlemen, from Rockaway, New Jersey, presenting Tommy Espinosa.
And here we go, our next matchup of the evening as we head off into round 1. Eddie Alvarez in the blue tape gloves, Tom Espinosa in the red tape gloves, and of course the third man in the cage, Bill Bookwalter. Espinosa with a little bit of reach advantage here tonight. Nice outside leg kick to start things off.
Both fighters looking cautious, testing out the waters here.
Takes a shot as he moves in, but showing some really good clean kicks. That would be Espinosa in this fight. Just taking his time, sizing him up, taking every shot that counts. And Eddie Alvarez just continues to take the center cage here, backs up.
Alvarez taking his time, making sure not to use too much energy. Espinosa looking on the prowl, just waiting for Alvarez to make one-sided movement. He's ready to unload, I can tell.
Body kick there, delivered by Espinosa. Espinosa very focused here in this fight. Really starting to frustrate Alvarez. But Alvarez has a couple shots of his own. Doesn't even faze Espinosa as he continues to move in.
Alvarez suffering from those kicks. Really, Espinosa really able to keep the distance between the two. Looking unfazed by any kind of strikes Alvarez is dishing out.
Yeah, Espinosa is really displaying a tremendous amount of skill here tonight. The confidence that he displays, he knows what he has to bring, and he knows what he has to offer, and he's just really bringing it to Alvarez. Alvarez still in there, though, man. It's not like Alvarez is, going anywhere. I'm just saying, man, I'm recognizing Espinosa's skill here tonight as well.
Yeah, it really looks like Alvarez is just trying to formulate how he's going to go about the rest of this fight. You never know. It could possibly go the distance, could end short. But if Alvarez is looking to draw it out a little bit, he's going to want to take his time and figure out how Espinosa is going to fight. Someone as disciplined and focused as Espinosa, you don't want to get caught on the wrong side of attack, or you don't want to be caught unprepared.
The accuracy of Espinosa, you could see him as he sizes him up. It's the measurements and constantly just staying on the prowl, keeping him guessing. I mean, comes in, waves his hands in the air, throws a shot to the dome, to the nose, to the chin. He's just got it. And Alvarez is left to guess here just a bit here in round 1.
Got a nice display of kicks from both fighters here. Looking like some Muay Thai students. You can really see the concentration in Espinoza's eyes. He's locked in, waiting, just looking for that exact moment, you know, and it's moving like clockwork.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he's just working off Alvarez. Every time Alvarez throws a shot, sets it up and throws a shot. Nice kick there. Little wake-up call.
I think a little bit of what's going on here is, you know, both fighters seem like they're both testing the waters, and I think Alvarez is waiting for Espinoza to throw out some significant strikes. And
I'm telling you, there's something special about this kid, man. Espinoza is really bringing it. And, you know, I'm very surprised I haven't seen his fights here before, but tonight I will remember this cat, and I think a lot of the fans at home will recognize this guy in the near future as a possible legend, man. It's the skills he's displaying, the confidence, and landing the flashy kicks that normally don't land.
Yeah, it's fantastic leg work. It's definitely entertaining. You know, I definitely don't see enough kickers, you know, in the sport. But, you know, when you see one that can do it well and execute it well, as well with the jabs and everything like that. But like these, you know, the little flip kicks, every flashy thing he could do. He's landing roundhouse. Everything he's doing. It's entertaining. The fans love to see it. But at the end of the day, he's focused. This is all part of his plan. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just going to pick apart Alvarez.
Alvarez continues to circle on the outside here. And Espinoza just continues to press forward, and another kick. Blocks it. Right back at it. Now we know that Alvarez, once he gets on the inside, he's finding some great, you know, progress when he gets to that position, because on the inside he's able to land some shots, but Espinoza just keeps him on the outside. Final seconds remain in this round, which has been an action-packed round on the feet.
Yeah, no discredit to Alvarez. He's really dishing out the kicks as well. You know, he's very quick, very accurate at the same time.
Espinoza, man, really landed some nice, clean, crisp shots. And, of course, Alvarez is, you know, landing some nice shots once he gets on the inside. But that is another story, getting in on the inside. Espinoza keeping him out.
Now, I'm curious to see. I'm not quite sure how Alvarez has analyzed Espinoza's movements in the last round. I don't know what he's going to learn from it, if he's going to maybe act a little more aggressive this round. For the most part, it still looks like he's testing out the waters, trying to wait for some more information, trying to adapt to Espinoza's patterns. But the thing is, Espinoza's just reacting to everything Alvarez is doing.
I think Alvarez obviously needs to mix things up and possibly shoot in for a takedown, but that is yet to be, you know, unfolded there. How is he going to get him to the ground with that height advantage that Espinoza possesses? Oh, tags him right there. And Alvarez clinches up.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't tickle. Alvarez looking to change up his fighting style here a little bit.
Espinoza with a nice knee. Keeps him at bay.
Espinoza doing whatever he can, working with the cage, trying to get that positioning going.
And I think the progress has slowed down just a bit in this round, rightfully so. Alvarez knows that clinching up is probably the best thing to do at this point. Avoiding any more seconds, which is the advantage of, you know, for Espinoza to throw more shots.
Oh, a couple of elbows to the back of the head there.
Got him to the back of the head. Let's take a look at the replay here in the slow-mo. Let's see, right here. I think Bookwalter's just going to give him a warning, but right there you can see what happened. Slow it down just a bit right there. So we got to be careful with that. And just comes off with a strong warning. Nothing intentional, and they're right back at it.
Yeah, Espinoza's lucky, you know, he didn't get one of our stricter referees, because, you know, you honestly never know. If a referee really wanted to, he could have called a point for that. If he, you know, if he was really feeling it, if he felt like Espinoza deserved it.
Espinoza now knows going into this, got to be a little more cautious with those elbows and when they're delivered and how they're delivered. And I'm sure he knows that already. But Alvarez right now shooting in for the takedown. And Espinoza wants nothing to do with it and defends it. Oh, and a big high kick delivered to the dome of Alvarez. Alvarez shooken up a bit. Espinoza looking for a finish, looking for that grand slam. Alvarez is shooken up. He's a little bit dizzy.
Yeah, Espinoza looking a little anxious now just to unload, ready to just fire off and get the finish. Alvarez is being real careful here.
Trying to catch his wits right back here. Coming back at it. Spinning back fist blocked by Espinoza, 2 steps ahead. Espinoza mixing it up.
The speed on Espinoza is really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely, with those outside leg kicks. Double kicks with the same leg. I'm sure the promoter has his eye on him. Terry Trebilcock right there, I can see the expression looking at this guy fight. Absolutely incredible. Look at this, just constantly applying pressure. Whatever it takes. Espinoza just constantly with the rapid kicks.
It's quick, I don't know. It's got to go down to some kind of record with the, number of kicks thrown in a match.
Yeah, because they're all landing. They may not be damaging, but they are landing. He's making sure these judges have nothing to think about other than just that he's winning in points. Look at that.
Yeah, every little tap, every bit of connection, it's just another point on the scoreboard. Espinoza figures, hey, if we're going to walk around the cage, if you're going to play cautious, you're not going to give me the execution that I want or the win that I want, then he'll just play with them and he's just going to get as many points as he can in the meantime. He's got that reach advantage, so those legs are really coming in handy.
Defending the takedown attempt by Alvarez. Alvarez shooting in. Espinoza has no problem defending it earlier, but, the fight has gone on here in round 2. A little bit of exhaustion has gone through him, but Espinoza's holding up. 30 seconds left. And right now, just constantly applying pressure is Alvarez. Shot from underneath, going in for that single leg. Espinoza defends it and reverses things. And they are free once again. Alvarez backing up. Espinoza's still looking fresh, man. He's literally looked like he just started fighting here.
Taking
just
it to
calm.
the very last second.
Yeah, I mean, look at him, man. He's not even breathing hard at all. It's like the fight just started. Espinoza staying busy.
It's a real display of concentration here from Espinoza. He's focused. He's so determined, and he knows what he's doing. It's like it's like he's planned for this entire fight. Like he knew exactly what was going to happen.
Right here, more shots delivered. Oh, I think they're calling this.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bill Buchwalter, acting on the advice of the cage side position, has stopped this contest at the end of round number 2. The blue corner no longer able to continue this evening due to a laceration. Your winner by TKO, Tommy Espinoza. Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present this 3-round bout in the flyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, David Osaga. Introducing first in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, official weight 135 pounds. He represents TCA MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, from Greencastle, Franklin County, Pennsylvania, presenting Scott fighting out of our General Tire red corner stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall. Official weight 135.8 pounds. He represents Ladies and gentlemen, from Davison, Michigan, presenting
And here we go, round one. Scott Dirksen in the blue gloves and Cody Hare in the red gloves. And a touch of gloves as we start this match. Scott Dirksen with a little bit of height advantage.
Dirksen looking a little bit of the lighter of the two on his feet. Looking a little more flexible, a little more mobile.
Cody Hare circles around here. Looks like he's shooting in for a possible takedown. Takes a kick. Making the best of it, but now Dirksen holding on.
Dirksen doing a great job of defending this takedown. But Hare is going to be persistent with it.
Cody Hare shows Hare just shows that explosiveness about him, man. That's incredible. Just was persistent with his takedown attempt and gets it. And now setting up. Possible arm bar, which could also transition into ankle lock.
Hare maintaining a good position here, trying to work his way up slowly. Dirksen still doing a good job of defending, trying to slip that triangle right there.
Three minutes and 40 seconds remains, and Hare so far doing a good job working from the full guard, avoiding any more damage, but Dirksen did a really good job of taking it, of controlling the situation for a little bit there. But now just trying to create some space is Cody Hare. And continuing to work, trying to get his way out of here, trying to create some space. Dirksen doing a good job of maintaining control, trying to avoid any damage delivered by Hare. And as explosive as Hare is, it's surprising that he hasn't landed any shots on Dirksen.
Just as we say that, softening him up, landing a few body blows.
Trying to work a possible triangle attempt is Dirksen from the bottom, but Hare trying to posture up. Possibly deliver some elbows, maybe a couple hammer fist.
Dirksen keeping some useful positioning with that little bit of extra length advantage he's got. He's really able to arch those legs right up behind the neck of Hare.
And right now you can see he's just trying to pepper him with shots, but Dirksen just holds on.
Hare in the position for a potential slam.
Hare trying to break away, trying to break around. And now going for that single leg.
Dirksen being forced to play on the defense for the most part of this round. Hare's definitely going to get some points for control, a little bit more aggression.
Yeah, right now you can just see that Dirksen is just holding on, hoping for a possible stand-up, but in the process, Hare's like, I'm going to score some points then. I'm going to make the best out of this situation. It's not the best situation, but I'll score some points.
Yeah, kill two birds with one stone. You know, at the same time, you got to soften up your opponent, let them twitch, let them move, let them release their guard for just the smallest millisecond for you to improve your position.
Hare trying to improve his position once again, and might just break free. Dirksen holding on to an ankle. Trying to hammer fist. Dirksen says, I got that block with my elbow. Sort of a human pretzel situation going on here.
Hare looking to make it count wherever he can.
Trying to go for a body shot, but a nice block by Dirksen. Dirksen rolling around. Oh, holding on to that ankle in order to gain position here. And now looking to take the back of Hare. But Hare has also showed that he's got some explosive skills, but Dirksen really utilizing that strength. Trying to go with the flow, but Hare able to end up on top again.
Yeah, from the beginning of the match, it looked like Dirksen maybe would have opted for the stand-up game, but he's definitely showing a skill. He's saying, hey, you know, if you want to take it to the ground, I could do that too.
Exactly, and right now, 20 seconds remains. I'd have to say that this Dirksen was a little more in control. And maybe on shots alone, maybe Hare scored a little bit more, but this is pretty much an even round between these two.
Definitely.
Hare trying to uneven that score here. And that'll conclude round 1. Let's take a quick look at the replay. Lots of energy being exerted between these two. It's interesting how we'll go into round 1 or round 2. Let's take a quick look at the highlights.
Yeah, Dirksen was able to start off pretty well. Landed a few hits here and there, but very quickly, Hare decided he wanted to take it to the ground. That's obviously where he's more comfortable. Once he got it down there, though, Dirksen was doing a really good job of defending, really not letting Hare do as much as he wanted to, I'm sure. But at the same time, Hare was able to rack up, quite a few points with those body shots here and there. So I'm sure the judges took note of that.
Well, we will see a chapter 2 between these two as we head off into the next round. So far, Dirksen doing a good job of maintaining control, but it's interesting to see how it's going to start off on the feet. I would believe Hare may try and attempt to take this back to the ground immediately.
See what Dirksen has to say about that. I'm interested to see if he maybe is going to want to just go ahead and prove himself on the ground. Well, we see Hare already. There's the slam and the takedown. But I mean, Dirksen proved last round that he's, very well capable of defending from, this type of fight of a grappling situation.
Absolutely, very durable when it comes to the fight game. But right now, Hare's just trying to make up for some payback, some lost time. Now trying to deliver some elbows from the top. And possibly trying to finish this with a little bit of ground and pound here. Dirksen in a little bit of trouble as he covers up. That's not a good sign.
Hare racking up some points here.
Hare looking at the ref, staying busy.
I don't think he's packing up enough strength behind those punches for him to call it just yet.
Ref is on top of the action. Hare's just got to stay busy. There you go. I think that's it. That's it.
Yeah, there comes a point where, just too many shots have been landed. If the other fighter, if the opponent isn't going to put up enough defense, the ref has no choice but to call it.
Right here, you can see him just pummel his way into a victory. Dirksen's just like, man, get this guy off me. I've got a massive headache.
He has that, as you can see, his legs perfectly wrapped around the waist. It's exactly what he wanted to do in that position, and that's why he was able to win it.
David Osagai has seen enough, steps in, calls a halt to this bout due to strikes. The official time, 1 minute and 17 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO, Cody. Ladies and gentlemen, from the sensational Sugar House Casino, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, King of the Cage and General Tire present our featured bout of the evening. Sanctioned by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, Chairman at Cageside, Rowdy Battle. It's in conjunction with King of the Cage Incorporated. President and founder, Terry Trevilcock Jr. Matchmaker, Tom Vaughn. Promoter, Jeff Mahalik. Timekeeper at the bell, Jimmy Mina. The 3 judges scoring this match will be Michael Sparacino, John Hanlon, and Greg Monsky. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Bill Bookwalter. And now for all the fight fans in attendance here in the great Keystone State and the millions watching around the world. Philly, let's hear it. This is our main event of the evening. 5 rounds of MMA for the King of the Cage Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil Blue Corner, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, official weight at even 204 pounds. This pro-am fitness fighter has a professional record of 5 victories with 1 solitary defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, from Toledo, Ohio, presenting the challenger, Jesse Hollywood Murray. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire right corner, stands at 6 feet 3 inches tall, as well. Official weight, 202.4 pounds. This CSA fighter has a professional record, 10 victories with 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bear Creek, West Virginia, presenting the reigning and defending King of the Cage Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, Jason Butcher.
And here we go, round 1. Jason Butcher set to take on his opponent in our main event, Jason Murray. Jason Murray with a couple of KOs under his belt in his last several outings. And Butcher just looking to hunt him down here. Butcher, a very well-experienced fighter. And right now really throwing some shots. Ending shots, I should say, but Butcher just kind of maintains the situation here. And now Murray switches things around. In Murray's last several fights, he's literally knocked his opponents out, either TKO or knockouts themselves. And right now, Butcher with some dirty boxing and now presses forward. This is a perfect opportunity for Murray tonight to catapult himself into title contention, as Jason Butcher has put in some time and work here at King of the Cage. And basically next in line for a title. And Murray stops him with a push kick. Butcher comes in, couple more shots delivered. Murray keeps him at bay. And a nice takedown by Jason Butcher. Butcher continues to work, try to pass the guard. Pushing that right leg down, trying to cross over, ends up in the half guard. We haven't really seen too much of Murray's ground game. Most of his fights, he usually ends those fights with a knockout. So right now we're seeing a little bit more of skills displayed here as Butcher tries to cross over into full mount. And a very bad position for Murray to be in. Right now, Butcher getting past the strength of Murray and now landing some nice shots. Murray in a little bit of trouble. I don't remember I've ever seen Murray in this position before, and now Butcher really bringing down the power. Now landing some nasty shots. Crossing right back over into the full mount. Murray continues to try and survive the storm. Oh, and that's it. The ref steps in. That's a great call by Bookwalter. Butcher comes out victorious. And some nice shots landed. And Butcher taking a quick break, and as he takes a quick break, we'll take a look at some of the highlights from this round. Check this out. It begins on the feet. Butcher just trying to counter strike Murray, and it's very difficult with that reach. Butcher was just trying to put together a plan where he could get past that reach and ultimately take him to the ground, end up in the full mount of position, and just start landing shots like you see here. Really, the well-rounded skills of Butcher are being displayed right before you, right here. More shots from the top. Then ultimately, that big right or that big left that landed would end it in Bookwalter right there. That's where it ended the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 2 minutes and 42 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by knockout, still King of the Cage, Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, Jason